talking about difficult tests that people endure and how to try and flip it and get back to a state where of happiness, joy, and not feeling depressed, sad, low, all these other things that we probably feel, most of you feel like me, 24/7, all the time. We get bombarded by these feelings, and they're not good, they're not healthy. I want to talk today about a very difficult issue, which is psychological disorders. If you yourself have one, or you're close to someone who has one, a spouse, a parent, a child, it's so trying. It's so trying to live with somebody who has bipolar, uh, anxiety disorder, borderline personality disorder, manic depressive, anxiety disorder, whatever it might be. Any of these diagnoses, they're so hard for the people who are living with them, and they're so hard for the people who are enduring them themselves. Yeah? It's such a hardness. See, we might think to yourself, somebody has one of these. When someone has one of these conditions, and is listening to this, might think, Rabbi Travis, he cannot possibly understand what I'm going through. And you're right. I remember I was just yesterday by my close friend Joseph Perlman, and when his son passed away tragically, age of 25, it was my Karusa. We had made his Karusa together to finish Shas, and I wasn't quite as successful as he was. But when he passed away at a young age, he said by the Shiva, at the end of the Shiva, he said, people have told me they understand what I'm going through. He said, they lost children, they understand what I'm going through. They have no idea what I'm going through, because each person experiences things differently. And if you are the spouse, child, friend, relative, neighbor, someone who has one of these conditions, and you're directly affected by it, no one can know how you're suffering from it. And certainly, kal v'chomer, all the more so if you're the one actually suffering from it. If you're suffering from one of these very, very difficult psychological disorders, then Hashem is testing you. He's giving you a domain that nobody else has. For example, let's take borderline personality disorder. I just met with someone on Friday who was dealing with this issue, and it's really Gehenna. If you read these books, Walking on Eggshells or the other ones, I mean, living with such a person, or being the person themselves going through these Nisyonos, it's like having an atomic bomb blow up in your face. For the person experiencing it, and for the person who has to deal with them. Yeah? They have to deal with people who are constantly, well, I don't have to speak about the symptoms too much. Anybody who is familiar with it knows what they are. But it's very, very erratic and very, very unstable and explosive. Best way to explain it. It's explosive. You say one thing, you don't think that that's anything bad, and suddenly, the entire universe blew up. What did I do? I'll tell you what happens. Hashem wants you to know there is no stable ground. I'm sitting here on the floor of the Kosel right before the 9 days now it is. I'm recording this year. And I just want you to know there's no safe ground in the world. The only place which is safe ground is to be with Hashem. And if you have a close relationship with one of these people, a relationship that can't be broken because it's a spouse or a parent or a child or a close friend or relative, then, or you are the person himself who has it, Hashem has put you in that place. Chazal tells an interesting thing. Ein hamakom mechavet es adam, el adam mechavet es makom. It's not the place which honors a person, but it's the person which honors the place. If Hashem has given you a spouse who has borderline personality disorder, or anxiety disorder, or bipolar disorder, or manic depression, or any one of these diagnoses that are so prevalent today, it's because Hashem wants you to be close to them. He wants you to know there's no stable ground. I was once in a taxi with a Chashaviyad. He said, my wife has, I forget exactly what the condition was, We have no relationship. There's no, I think it was maybe, which one is that? The person who's totally obsessed with themselves. Okay, what it's called now. So come back to the Jewish ministry. But when is the relationship? They're only thinking about themselves all the time. Nothing. We have absolutely no relationship. But I go on. I have a relationship with Hashem. Wonderful idea I once heard about Le'imenu, Pam Otis Hashem. She said, my first 3 children, I was working on my husband to have a relationship with him. And I realized it's not going to happen. 4 children, I have more than any of other emos, and still, he doesn't love me. He doesn't love me. He doesn't love me as much as everyone else does. She realized I don't need the relationship so much with my husband. I have a beautiful, close relationship to Hashem. And this is what Hashem wants from individuals who are dealing with some psychological disorder or someone else. Hashem wants a close relationship with them. He wants love. He wants passion. He wants tears. He wants complete reliance. Complete reliance. That means that don't rely on yourself at all. Realize that you do nothing, and Hashem knows everything. Hashem should help everyone in this condition, in these circumstances, get through this very, very hard assignment. And here at the Kosa now, I daven for all of you that you should have nechama, consolation, and you should have Yeshua and bracha. Anybody who wants my tefillah for Rebbe to help get out of these situations, please write to me at dytravis613@gmail.com, and I'll send you my book, Praying with Joy, number 1. It's on page 25. And I wish everyone bracha and tzlach in everything they do. And I'm looking forward to hearing that you had a Yeshua. Please let me know.